Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Omkar, this prayer which you put in the beginning, can you please also write it in English?
Yes.
Together we'll chant Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, verses 1 to 10.
अथ एकादशोऽध्यायः अर्जुन उवाच मदनुग्रहाय परमम् गुह्यमध्यात्मसंज्ञितम् यत्त्वयोक्तं वचस्तेन मोहोऽयं विगतो मम। अर्जुन उवाच मदनुग्रहाय परमम् गुह्यमध्यात्मसंज्ञितम् यत् प्रोक्तं वचस्तेन मोहोऽयं विगतो मम भवाप्ययौ हि भूतानां श्रुतौ विस्तरशो मया त्वत्तः कमलपत्राक्ष माहात्म्यमपि चाव्ययम् एवमेतद्यथार्थत्वम् आत्मानं परमेश्वर द्रष्टुमिच्छामि ते रूपम् ऐश्वरं पुरुषोत्तम मन्यसे यदि तच्छक्यम् मया द्रष्टुमिति प्रभो योगेश्वर ततो मे त्वम् दर्शयात्मानमव्ययम् श्रीभगवानुवाच पश्य मे पार्थरूपाणि शतशोऽथसहस्रशः नानाविधानि दिव्यानि नानावर्णाकृतीनि च पश्यादित्यान् वसून् रुद्रान् अश्विनौ मरुतस्तथा बहून्यदृष्टपूर्वाणि पश्याश्चर्याणि भारत इहैकस्थं जगत्कृत्स्नम् पश्याद्य सचराचरम् मम देहे गुडाकेश यच्चान्यद्द्रष्टुमिच्छसि न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा ततो राजन् महायोगेश्वरो हरिः दर्शयामास पार्थाय परमं रूपमैश्वरम् अनेकवक्त्रनयनम् अनेकाद्भुतदर्शनम् अनेकदिव्याभरणम् दिव्यानेकोद्यतायुधम्
Nishi? Who is Nishi? Nishi, can you switch your video on? Nishi? I don't know why Nishi wants me to learn Bhagavad Gita, but she has put a poster there asking me to join that. I'm unclear what that is supposed to mean. Okay, so who else is new? Sonia Lalwani. Sonia, anything to do with our famous Lalwani? Okay. You're muted, I can't hear you.
I have attended your class a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So you have
Thank
any questions, please raise them. As everybody knows in this class, if something is not clear, please stop and ask. Don't
Sure.
assume it's clear to everybody.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Anyone else is new? No one else, right? Okay, so the biggest problem in our life is that Is what? Please answer in context, okay? The biggest problem in our life is that we don't know what to ask for. And why is that a problem? Because it is the law that whatever you ask for, you are going to get. Ramatirtha says, you are the self, you are divine, you're the Lord Almighty. Whatever you say should be mine, will be yours. Whatever, you can ask for anything, it'll be yours. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Seek and thou shalt find. You will get whatever you ask for. Okay, so what's the problem with that?
We don't know what to ask for.
Yeah, so what's the problem with that?
Therefore, we get all kinds of nonsense.
Yes, therefore we face consequences. When you say, I want to see a dinosaur, okay, dinosaur doesn't come in front of you. Then the dinosaur will eat you up, no? And you say, oh my God, the dinosaur is eating me. But who called for him? You called for him. If you call for something, then you please take it. Why are you crying now? In this case, what did Arjuna want?
See the
Vishnu manifestation. Yes. Vishwarup Darshan.
Wants to see Vishwarupa Darshan. Does he stop to think, is it in my interest to see this thing? Am I capable of seeing it? He asked for it. I got it. Whatever you ask for, you will get. And especially if you ask for it like Arjuna did, with devotion. Then tough luck. It's coming, Buster. It's coming. You ask for it. It's going to be there. He says, oh Lord, if you think it is possible for me to see your imperishable self, then show me thus, O Yogeshwara. So, divinity is said to manifest in 5 ways. The first is creation. Okay, so God is understood by many people as being the creator. It's also understood as protection, because if you have anything, then you ask God, please protect it for me. Please take care of me. Please take care of my family. When your son is going abroad to study and he's on the plane and the plane takes off, or do you pray? You say, oh God, please take care of my child. Make sure he's okay. So you're expecting protection. Then the other 3 are withdrawal. Divinity also manifests as withdrawal. Whenever you take charge of something, you say, okay, this is what I want, then divinity will withdraw. Withdraw in the sense, you say, okay, if you want that, you take that. It's not giving you any advice of what you should want. So withdrawal. Then wailing. The great, the great effect of Maya, it's wailing. So it creates, it protects, it withdraws, it wails, and it reveals. So in this case, Arjuna is asking for revelation. Show me, reveal. So 5 activities are expected of the Lord: creation, protection, wailing, withdrawal, wailing, and wailing means covering, and revealing. 5 things you expect from your Lord, from your God, whoever he be. So all of these are accepted 5. So these are all understood differently in different ways. Obviously, it's very clear if you follow Dvaita philosophy in any way, not necessarily Hindu Dvaita, any Dvaita at all, you understand these 5 qualities. The trouble always is when you are following Advaita in any philosophy, and then you say, okay, how is the Lord going to do all this? Creation, how does the Lord create? It's like the rope creates the snake. What is protection of the Lord? It's amazing protection going on. Have you ever noticed? Can you hear me? Because there's a lot of construction sound. So is the volume okay?
Yes, 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 yes.
So so how is the Lord protecting? It's a fascinating thing if you sort of look at how the world is created, right? The Lord protects the tiger by giving it these claws and these massive jaws that can rip apart its prey. It protects the tiger with this, and it protects the deer with speed. You can almost ask this question, whose side are you on? It protects the tall because of their length, and it protects the short by the absence of length. Fascinating thing. We can see the hand of divinity almost everywhere, right? So it's an amazing, amazing thing that each being has all that it requires for its survival. That's the protection of the Lord. Even in simple everyday things, you see that. How you eat, especially now that Diwali is there, everyone is going for it. So the moment you do something wrong, no backlash comes, isn't it? You get protected and protected and protected. You skip exercise 1 day, nothing will happen. 2 days, nothing will happen. 3rd day, nothing will happen. You're protected so much. No matter how many mistakes we make, we seem to be protected until it becomes impossible to be protected anymore. So we see the hand of divinity. How many stupid ideas, stupid notions, nonsense goes on in our heads. And yet, we are managing to survive all of us. So we can see that. We can see how we are being constantly protected. We can see how the Lord withdraws. Wherever you make your claim, the Lord withdraws. That's what Emerson says, right? Whatever you leave to the Lord, God does and blesses you. What you choose should be your own. God leaves alone. Leaves it alone. And then he's veiled all the time. We can't see that divinity. It always appears clouded. It's just not clear to our vision. And finally revealed. So here Krishna has revealed his form. But even in that revelation, you can see it. Dvaita, you can see the Dvaita. In Dvaita, of course, it's very simple. You see the form of the Lord. In Advaita, you see how the Lord is showing that every aspect of life is included in his personality. So he says, Manyase yadi tat shakyam. If you think it is shakyam, if you think it is possible, maya drashtumiti. It is possible, maya drushtum, by me to be seen. Hey Prabhu, hey Prabhu. Yogeshwara tato. Then, Yogeshwara. Me tvam darshaya. Then show me. Atmanam avjayam. Show me that form of yours. So yoga also refers incidentally to supernatural powers. You see, yogic power sometimes means supernatural powers. So it's interesting that he used this word because now he is going to see something which is almost like a projection of his own mind. Because seeing it, you know fully well that there is nothing external for us to see. The Lord is us. We are not going to see the Lord. We're not going to meet the Lord. We're not going to hear the Lord. We're going to uncover that Lord within ourselves. So let us see how Krishna deals with him. Verse 5. Shri Bhagavan Pashya me partharupani Shatashotha sahasrashaha Nana vidhani divyani Nana varna krutini cha Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Pashya me partharupani Shatashotha sahasrashaha Nana vidhani divyani Nana varna krutini cha. Shri Bhagavan Vacha, the blessed Lord said, Partha Pashya me rupani. O Partha Pashya, see me rupani, my forms. Satasha, Shatasha, in hundreds. Sahasrashaha, in thousands. Nana vidhani divyani, different kinds of divine, different types, different divine types. Nana varnani krutani cha, different colors and shapes. So see, what do you want to see? See these hundreds, see these thousands of my divine forms. Different colors, different shapes. See them all. So he says, if you think I'm qualified, show me. So he shows him. Then what happens? He said, the interesting thing is that he said, if you think I am qualified, then show me. So he showed him. So obviously he's qualified to see it. He's qualified for some mental imagery that he has. What Krishna does is try to uplift him to a higher vision. This he has done at other times as well. He did it when he was very young with Mother Yashoda, where he was eating mud. You know the story, right? He was eating mud. And he said, have you eaten mud? So he says, no, I'm not eating mud. He said, open your mouth and let me see. Like Johnny, open your mouth and let me see. So he opens his mouth. And she sees the whole universe in his mouth. And then the story goes that Maya comes and she's like overwhelmed, just as Arjuna is going to be overwhelmed now. And then Maya comes and puts the cloud back on her again. So she forgets. This is an infant baby. Imagine that. Suppose your infant baby opens his mouth and you see the whole universe. How will you treat that child? You can't be a parent no anymore to that child. But the thing is that apohanam, forgetfulness, is a big quality of the mind. It just forgets. Imagine she saw the divine form of her child and she forgot. And after some time, she treated her like a child, any child. She was as attached to him and behaved in the way any nice mother would behave to her child. So, what does this mean that he was eating mud and then he opened his mouth and showed her? And why is he lying? He's not lying, he's not eating mud. Why is he not eating mud? Because you can't eat yourself, right? Everything is him. That's what he's trying to say. Everything is him. So who is eating what? There is nobody to eat anything. So it's an interesting thing that where you are, you've always very little, what should I say, appreciated for who you are. Yeah, a prophet is never worshipped in his own country, they say. So if you are in the house and there is some great person in the house, after some time you're inured to it. You don't think of that person as a great person, no? Suppose you're living with Abdul Kalam, or I don't know. What does Amitabh Bachchan's grandchild think of him? He doesn't think of him as anything. He thinks of him as my grandfather. So whenever you are with greatness, you get inured to it. That's what it means. Maya comes and covers everything. You forget. So, behold, O Partha, in hundreds and thousands, my divine forms of different kinds, of various colors and shapes. So he's showing him, he started showing him. You can imagine that he is growing into his universal. Verse 6. Paschadityan vasun rudram ashwino marutastatha bahunya drushta purvani paschascharyani bharata paschadityan vasun rudram ashwino marutastatha bahunya drushta purvani paschascharyani bharata. Oh Bharata, pascha, see, adityan, basun, rudra. Remember, he started last time also with the same thing. He said, I am all this, I am all this. Among the Adityas, I am Vishnu. So he started like that, right? So here also, same thing starts. Pashya, see all these divine beings, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Rudras, the Ashwina. Ashwina because two Ashwins. The Maruts, Bahuni, Adrushta Purvani. Many never seen before. Purvani earlier, Adrushta, not seen before. Pashya, Ascharyani. See these things that give Ascharya, that give wonderment. Oh Bharata. Bharata, another name for Arjuna, that's a name for Arjuna. Bharata because Bharata means Bharati. Bha means light, Rati means to revel. So they who revel in the light of consciousness, they are the Bharatiya, descendants of Bharata. So I suppose everybody's done chapter 10, right? So you remember, Adityas are the 12 sons of Aditi. They are personified as, remember, what are the 12 sons of Aditi supposed to personify?
Seasons, months.
Months.
The month.
12 months, yes. The 12 months of the year are the 12 sons of Aditi. The 8 Vasus, the Rudras. Rudra literally means a howler, howling all the time. They refer to the forces of destruction. And the chief of the Rudras is
Shiva.
Shiva. The Ashwins, there are 2 of them, and they are supposed to be the physicians of the gods. And then the Maruts, the wind gods, and 49 Maruts, because they had classified wind into 49 types, like gentle breeze, breeze, gentle breeze, like now we have tornado, tsunami, all the way. So they made 14 categories. So they said 49 wind gods. What is he doing? He's tuning up. You can see what he's doing, right? He's tuning up Arjuna to see something more. So far, Arjuna is seeing nothing. Okay, he can't see anything. He's just telling him. see all this, see all this, see all this. But Arjuna has so far seen absolutely nothing. He's just seeing Krishna standing there. So what is happening? He's tuning him up. He's saying, there are, remind him of all the great divine beings. Arjuna already knows all this. These were popular things. Like suppose I start telling you, see Abdul Kalam, see Amitabh Bachchan, see whatever. You're tuning up the whole process. Like even in the railway station, don't they start with that? Attention, attention, attention. Because if they're tuning you up, getting you ready to hear whatever they're about to say, or in this case, ready to see whatever he's about to show. Okay, so here he's just telling him what he's going to see. I mean, what is there which he cannot see. So he started with all the divine beings and said, okay, all these divine beings, they are all in my form. Verse 7. Ihaikastam jagat krutsnam paschadya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yachanyadrashtumicchasi ihaikastam jagat krutsnam paschadya sacharacharam Mama dehe gudakesha yachanya drashtumicchasi. Ihe ekastam. Interestingly how he has put it. Iha means here. Ekastam, in one place. Jagat krutsnam, the whole world. Remember what he did last time. I hope you're able to see what is going on between what he did last time and what he's doing this time. By last time, I mean in the previous chapter. In the previous chapter, he said, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at all these things, they're all me. In this term, he said, ekastam. Ekastam, eka, staha. Staha means in that place, in one place. So, situated in one place. That is why you have gruhastha. Gruhastha means one situated in the gruha, otherwise known as a householder. So ekastam, situated in one place. Jagat krutsnam, the entire jagat. Paschadya sacharacharam, see today the moving and the unmoving. Mama dehe gudakesha. Mama dehe, in my body. Oh gudakesha. Gudakesha. Gudakesha means one who is, literally means one who has conquered sleep. Arjuna got this name because he was an extremely dynamic person, and he did a lot. You know how much he has done. So the Gudakesha, he has conquered sleep. Yachanya drashtum ichchasi, whatever else, anyat, whatever else you wish to see. Drashtum, to see, ichchasi, whatever you wish to see. So see here in this one form, Arjuna, whatever it is you wish to see. When Krishna talks about what he sees, he talks about Vasus and Adityas and Rudras. Okay, all of this is what Krishna talks about, what he will see. But since now Arjuna is going to get tuned up to seeing something, Arjuna will see what he wants to see. And you will see whatever he wants to see. So he says, whatever else you desire to see. Verse 8. Natu mam shakyase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. Natu mam shakyase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. Na tu mam shakyase drashtum. It is not possible to see me. Anenaiva swachakshusha. By your own eyes. Swachakshusha. By your own eyes. Chakshu means eyes. So by your own eyes, it is not going to be possible to see me. He goes on, he's going to repeat this constantly. I'll draw your attention to it. You cannot see it with your eyes. Divyam dadami te chakshuhu. I will give you that divine eye. Pashyame yogam aishwaram. And so see my yogam aishwaram. See this supreme yoga, this divine yoga of mine. So he's giving him a certain vision. This is the way people more developed than us can raise us to higher visions in life, to higher conceptions in life, right? But our understanding of whatever they have risen us to is ours. So a master, in the presence of a master, our vision is uplifted to something higher. Even if you study the Gita on your own, or any of the noble scriptures you study on your own, while you're studying, is your vision not uplifted to something else? The effect goes away naturally, but in the presence of something great, we ourselves have a higher vision. So he says, Natu mam shakyase drashtum. It is not possible to see me with these eyes of yours. With these eyes means these eyes, swachakshusha, with these eyes. It's not possible to see the Lord with that. Divyam dadami te chakshushu. So I will give you that vision. I will raise your vision. There are three types of visions. There is a physical vision, which you see with your eyes. There is a mental vision, which is what you can conceive. And there is a spiritual vision, where you see something completely different. Now remember, when we are using the word see, it is not the physical seeing with your eyes. It is something else. Like, for instance, in Shakespeare's play, Julius Caesar, Brutus kills Caesar. Okay, and all the people loved Caesar. So he goes with his bloodied hands, with the blood of Caesar on his hand, in front of the crowd, and tells them why he has done what he has done. And he says his famous words, "It is not that I love Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more," with blood on his hands. And whatever he says to the crowd, he convinces them that what he did was a good act. So they loved Caesar. They listened to Brutus, and Brutus gave them a different vision of this whole thing. They were calling him murderer. And then after that he was a patriot because he did it for Rome. And then Brutus leaves the scene, and Julius and Mark Antony comes there. And Mark Antony very intelligently moves them back from whatever vision Brutus had given. So you see what is happening. Brutus gave the crowd a certain vision. Mark Antony came and overwrote that vision, and he gave another vision. So you're constantly able to change the perspectives of people. If you're objective, you can change their perspectives, which is what both Brutus as well as Mark Antony have done. Now, when you get this is the mental vision. Now, when you get a spiritual vision, now you're on a different platform, because that vision is where you're able to, remember, it's not a physical vision, it's not a mental vision, but you're able to rise up to understanding how everything is divine. And frankly, in life, that's happening all the time, isn't it? Whatever we are is what we see. I remember once a homeopathic doctor was talking to me, I mean, he's not really a doctor. His hobby had retired and he was doing homeopathy. And then he looked at some lady and he said, that lady has this problem. And then eventually turned out that she did have that problem. Now, this is very interesting because when you see a person, do you think of what diseases that person has? But if you are that way inclined, you see those things. That same lady can be seen from different things. A doctor cannot go to the railway station and eat a vada pav. You can't do it because it looks at everything hygienically. Not able to do that. So you cannot see me with these eyes of yours. I cannot give you a physical vision. I will give you a divine eye. Means I will uplift you to a different vision. Education can do that, right? Uplift us to a different vision. Behold my supreme yoga. So it's just more or less story so far. Arjuna has said, please show me your form. Krishna has said, okay, fine, here it is. This is, see all these Adityas and Vasus and Rudras and see all of that. And whatever else you may want to see. That's what he has said. But you will not be able to see it. That also he says. You will not be able to see it with your own eyes. Therefore, now I am going to give you the vision for you to be able to see it. So, assumption is now Arjuna has started seeing it. He wasn't seeing it before. Have you ever done those 3D pictures? You know, you stare at those pictures, nothing happens. It looks 2D only. And then at some time it splits and then you see a 3D image. So here Arjuna is looking at the Lord. He is not seeing anything. He's just seeing the same, his friend Krishna standing there. Well, I will give you that vision. And then he gives the vision. Now Arjuna, we assume, has started seeing it. But when he starts seeing it, he's too overawed by what he's seeing. He can't, I mean, can you imagine if you see something which you never ever expected? You're not going to start talking, right? You're like overawed to see it. So at this stage, Arjuna says nothing. And very interestingly, who speaks now is neither Krishna, who has said, okay, see it, nor Arjuna, who is seeing it, but Sanjaya. So only time in the middle that he speaks. Verse 9. Sanjaya uvacha evamuktva tato rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Darshayamasa Parthaya Paramam Rupamaishwaram. Sanjaya Uvacha Evamuktva Tato Rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Darshayamasa Parthaya Paramam Rupamaishwaram. Sanjaya Uvacha Evam Uktva Evam Uktva, having said so. O Rajan, he is referring to Dhritarashtra, because remember their conversation is between Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra. Is anybody unfamiliar with the background? You all know why it is Sanjaya talking to Dhritarashtra? Anyone is unfamiliar? Let me see. Because now we have to be careful because there are people from all over the world, right? So, or any of our non-Indian friends here. Anybody is unclear why the conversation is now between Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra? Okay, all fine. Sivathas, are you Indian? Okay, clear, right? Why it is between Sanjay and Dhritarashtra. As you know, this whole conversation is reported by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra, who is sitting in the palace of Hastinapur. Because how would we know, right? What went on in the war? Somebody has to report this. So Sanjaya is reporting it through Dhritarashtra. Sanjay is reporting it because Vyasa gave him a vision to see whatever is happening on the battlefield. And Dhritarashtra was also offered the vision, not offered, he was first offered the vision. And Dhritarashtra said, no, I don't want to see it. I just don't want to see what's happening on the battlefield. The mind, when it does all sorts of rubbish, it does not want to see the consequences. It will be in denial of those consequences. So Dhritarashtra said, no, I don't want to see it. And Sanjaya means well, Jaya means controlled. A well-controlled person, that means an objective person, can see what is going on in that battlefield. Okay, yeah, I thought the name sounded Sri Lankan. Yes, fine, Shivathas. As long as you get it, that the story is going on and there's Sanjaya talking to Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra was offered the vision by Vyasa, and he said, no way, I don't want to. I don't want to see what is going on over there. Mujhe dekhna hi nahi hai. This is typical mind behavior. It's like, I don't want to see what is there. But the intellect, an objective person, can see this battle that is raging in the heart and the bosom of every single person. Every one of us have this battle playing out within our own selves. So here now, in the context of the story, Arjuna is seeing the form because Krishna just gave him the divine vision and he has no words right now. So Sanjaya, the only time in the Bhagavad Gita, in the beginning, I mean, he speaks in the beginning, he speaks in the end, but the only time in the middle that he speaks. And it's very interesting that he speaks at this time. Mukesh, are you raising a hand?
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Dr. Jankiji. Yeah, just regarding the vision, it's just so Sanjay is also has a divine vision, and now Arjuna has been given a divine vision. What is the difference? Because he cannot see the cosmic, or he won't be able to see the cosmic Swarup. So, I mean, I just want to know what is the difference between the two visions.
Yeah, Sanjay has not been given the divine vision. He has been given television. Okay, all he can do is he can see what's happening far away. Arjuna is being given the divine vision, and since it is happening over there, Sanjay is reporting it because he's got television. Whatever, however way you want to explain the story. This in story terms, it tells us that Sanjaya sitting in Hastinapur saw the battle. Story terms, okay? In which case, we are forced to assume that it must be something like television, because otherwise, how do you explain this? In terms of allegory, then it means that Sanjaya, Jaya controlled means somebody who's well controlled means an objective person. An objective person is able to see what is going on within themselves, how the mind is working, how the intellect is working, how different forces are pulling at us, different permutations and combinations of our desires that are going on. So allegorically, it is that. Story-wise, we just assume it's a television. Different from a divine vision, which is making him see something which is not even there. Television will see what you show. I mean, the camera is showing what you see, right? So that's what Sanjaya is doing. What Arjuna is seeing is the form of the Lord. Is that clear? If you're referring to the story, then this is the difference.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Janaki.
Right. Sanjaya Uvacha. Eva Muktva Tato Rajan. Having thus said this, O Rajan means O Dhritarashtra, Mahayogeshwara Harihi, the great Lord of Yoga, Hari, Darshayamasa. He showed Parthaya to Partha, Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. He showed Partha the sun, the supreme form. So Sanjay is now reporting. Partha, Arjuna is called Partha because he is the son of Pritha. Pritha is another name for Kunti. So as you know, in Sanskrit, if you extend the first letter, you make it the product of. We've done this before, right? So Shankara Bhashya, Shankara's Bhashya can be called Shankara, Shankarya. So that means it is Shankara's whatever product. Dasharath's son could be called Dasharatha, means son of. Or the most common one is, of course, Vasudev's son is called Vasudev. So you don't, in Sanskrit, they don't like long usages. They want to make everything very crisp. So they don't say Vasudev's son. They say Vasudev. They don't say Vasudev's son. They say Vasudeva, means Vasudev's son. Or Janaka's daughter. If you want to make it feminine, then you add the E or the R at the end. So Janaka's daughter, Janaki. So each thing when you show as the product of, it may not be a child, it could be any product, like a Shankarya means the Shankara's Bhashya, means Shankara's commentary. So any product of can be shown by extending the first letter. So Prutha becomes Partha. Son of Prutha is Partha. If it was a daughter of Prutha, it will become
Pruthi.
okay, Pruthi or Partha.
Parthi.
As you can make it E or you can make it R. You have all these options. Now, so Partha means son of Prutha. Mahayogeshwara Hari. Interesting. Sanjaya is from which side? Kaurav. And look at how he's describing the enemy. Mahayogeshwara Hari. You know how Krishna refers to him? How Duryodhana refers to him? Duryodhana refers to him as Damodar. You know why Damodar? It's a term of contempt when used by Duryodhana. Because Damodar means Udara means stomach. So what the cowherds used to do is, when they took their cows out for feeding, they would tie the rope to their stomach. So their hands are free, right? Like we carry backpacks nowadays so that our hands are free. So they used to tie it to their stomach to keep their hands free. So since Krishna did that, he tied that rope to his stomach, he is referred to as Damodar. When Duryodhana refers to him as Damodar, he's looking down on him. He's saying, oh, that cowherd boy. Gopalaka, he calls him. Gopalaka, Damodar, he calls him like that. When we refer to him, of course, we are referring to him with affection and respect. But Duryodhana uses those names to show that he is not from the royal family. So it's very interesting, this use of names. They have so many names and you can use it anytime. So very interesting. So look at how Sanjaya refers to him. Sanjaya refers to him as Mahayogeshwara Hari. You know, one of the other reasons why he's probably referring to him like that, he refers to him, whenever he speaks of him, he speaks very highly. of both Arjuna as well as Krishna. Do you think you know why he must be doing that?
Probably wake up Dhritarashtra even now.
Yeah, even now they're trying to stop this war. It's a terrible war. Even now everyone is trying, but it's not going to stop. So he's telling him, look who you are fighting. You're fighting Mahayogeshwara Harihi. So he showed his supreme divine form to Arjuna. There's another interesting reason why we hear it from Sanjaya. Krishna could have continued talking, right? He said, see the Aditya, see the Rudra, see the Vasu. He said that himself in the beginning. So as an author writing the text, why couldn't he just continue saying, okay, I will show you you don't have the eye to see it. I will give you the eye and you will not see it. And then here is what you're seeing. Even if you don't want Arjuna to speak, Krishna can continue speaking. Why do you think Sanjaya needs to butt in at this point? Why is Sanjaya telling us anything? Why should he come in now? I mean, he's not going to come in any other time. So why here? It's drawing our attention to a common law of life. You know what it is? Anything adbhut, anything out of the ordinary, anything supernatural, ghosts and I don't know, anything else is always third-party reporting. Have you ever realized that? Anything that is extraordinary, supernatural is always third-party reporting. Third-party reporting or N-party reporting means that for every report, what has happened?
A lot of embellishment.
Distortion.
Distorted.
Every report, like Chinese whispers. So yes, very good. Because you don't know what actually happened. So anything supernatural is always like this third-party reporting. Isne dekha, usne dekha, my grandfather's brother-in-law's mother-in-law saw all this and that and so many things. You don't actually meet people who see the supernatural. You only hear reports of it. Same law he's showing us over here. All this thing is reported third person. I mean, these are just indications to us from the text. You are free to take these indications in whichever way suits your judgment. Okay, verse 10. So let's see. What is he seeing? What is Sanjaya seeing that Krishna is showing? Anekavatranayanam, anekadbhutadarshanam, anekadivyabharanam, divyanekodhyatayudham, anekavatranayanam, anekadbhutadarshanam, anekadivyabharanam, divyanekodhyatayudham, anekavatra nayanam. Aneka, many, vatra, mouths, nayanam, eyes. Aneka, adbhuta, darshanam, adbhut, marvelous visions. Aneka divyabharanam. Abharanam, jewels, ornaments. Divine, aneka, many, divya, abharanam. And ayudham, aneka ayudham, many divine, divyan, aneka, many divine weapons. So here is what Sanjaya tells us is happening. What does he see? He sees many mouths and eyes, many marvelous visions, many divine ornaments, many uplifted divine weapons. The beginning of the form is shown to us as having many mouths and eyes. Mouth represents an organ of action. Eyes represent an organ of perception. So when you take these together, the mouth and the eyes, the organs of actions and the organs of perception, you're referring to the experiencer. When you talk of the visions, we're talking about what has been experienced. So when you're talking of the form of the Lord, it is what is experiencing, it is what is being experienced. I don't know if you're familiar with Druk, Drishta, Viveka. Who is the seer and what is the seen? Means the organs of perception and action refer to the experiencer, and the visions refer to the experienced. So in divinity, subject and object merge. Divinity is a stage where there is no division of the subject and the object. Aneka divya abharanam, many divine ornaments, many uplifted weapons, weapons which have been raised. Ornaments. When do you wear ornaments? You wear ornaments in Diwali, you wear ornaments at weddings, you wear ornaments at celebrations. When you pick up weapons, you uplifted weapons. When you pick up these weapons, then there's war. So ornaments represents peace, weapons represent war. Together they represent the pairs of opposites. So what is the divine? Where the pairs of opposites meet, where the pairs of opposites merge. So this is a beginning of what we hear to be the form of the Lord, where the subject and object has merged, where the pairs of opposites have merged. Okay, so that's it for today.